Well, it's an incredible afternoon's football, as we've been touching on all this afternoon. From the minute this game kicked off, we started off really strongly. We played some fantastic stuff. Of course, Newcastle came back into its second half. They were always going to put us under pressure. But you said it, Daz, the reaction of the players and the desire has been absolutely outstanding, and the travelling fans that have come in their thousands as ever, yet again from an away performance, going to have a wonderful trip home.
As
and
always,
rightly so.
As always.
Yeah, why not?
It's finished at St James Park. Everton have won on the road again. Newcastle United 2, Everton 3.
Well, that was one crazy game of football, Tony. And it's a crazy game of football where we've come away with 3 points. That is unbelievable.
I fancied us. I do fancy us, but...
We said we were going to go and score again.
Yeah, I thought we would, but it was under pressure the second half.
It was a very tough, very tough, especially 55 minutes to 85 minutes. Yeah. We were just half an hour of on the edge of our own box. And we weathered it, and we found the break, and we found 2 breaks better with the bar as well. Yeah. We were so dangerous on the counter. I think fully 100% deserve all 3 points. Both of Newcastle's goals were deflections. They didn't really create any other chances. And
no, they didn't create much.
Tierno did score off his backside, but it was a pen if he did.
I would have took one of them. Obviously, they were always going to come out. They were always going to come on top of us and put us under just the immense pressure, what they did the second half. I knew that they had to really, they had to do that. But we just couldn't get out. I would like just to push up a bit more. Get out we were just sitting on the edge of our box. We were just inviting the pressure really. I think overall, the first half we played a better football. Yeah. It was a good game, a really good game to watch. But I think obviously with the first half performance, us getting them on the break, I think we deserved to win. Definitely deserved to win. But the lads have put a massive shift in there. You
can see the scenes live from St James's Park. The boys absolutely buzzing, of course. Maybe not Tierno.
Well, he was buzzing after he scored, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? He was the dancing and stuff. So
his celebration for scoring with his backside. But he had a tap in it. It was great work from, I think Illy won it in midfield, played it to Keenan. Great ball across the box, and Tierno did just have a tap in. And I think Dan Baer just threw him on the floor. Whoever it was, the defender,
that's what I think,
he just didn't really have a chance. And luckily it got scrambled across because, again, their goal, it was come off a deflection. It wasn't even that. It was nice work from Joe Linton, but it wasn't a great shot.
They were putting us under so much pressure, you could just sense it.
Felt it was
coming. Something, and it just takes something like that. That's what I'm saying. I think, like we were saying, we just want us to get out, just get the pressure off us. But things like that happens. Another deflection, you can't do anything about that. But if you're taking so much pressure, it's them out of goals what really punish you, and you just can't get out your box. So it's one of them. We need to learn from that to push up more or less concentrate in the way of pushing, try and get them away from our box. But
he's such a professional footballer, Tony. Especially when he's played under Moyes, after what you were saying at half time, when I'm like, we've been in 2-1, we're playing class same again. And you're like, no, he's going to go in and absolutely fume at them. We've just won 3-2, and I'm like, yes! And you're like, we couldn't get out of our own box, which is true, you're not wrong, but
it's hard, it's defensively, do you know what I mean? Because obviously I've been and done it, you feel it, and it's hard for the lads because they're putting a massive shift in, and you automatically think, stay deep, it's wrong, it's the opposite, you need to push out, do you know what I mean? But automatically you think you don't want them going behind you, so that's why you play deep, more or less, but it's the opposite, you need to get out.
You are right, I'm just being a happy clapper. I'm just enjoying the fact that we've just took 3 points from St James's Park. I think we're live on YouTube as well, so hello to everyone watching on YouTube. You guys have got comments, so let us know in the live chat, who do you think was player of the match? We can influence you a little bit now. Who do you think was player of the match? I think if Beto would have scored that chance when he went through on goal and hit the bar.
Yeah, he was done unbelievable for us. I think stand-up performance for the first half, I thought he helped us massively. His performance really, but as a lone striker, I think he done unbelievable for us. That chance, the second half,
if he bags that, he's a shoe-in for player of the match.
Easy. But I think it was close. I think Tarks, I think he put a shift in for us. I think he was good, more or less defensively for us. He looked solid, a solid performance, but you can't question every single player out there. I think as a team, as a group, defensively, Attacking, I thought we done well as attacking as a unit as well as defensive as a unit. I think the whole performance was, but if I had to pick, I'll probably say Beto or Talk.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put Illy's name in there. I think he didn't get a goal or an assist, which is what you look for from an attacking player, but I think he had a huge impact on the game, in controlling the game and the pace. And it was him who won the ball back to play the pass to Dewsbury Hall, who then squared it to Barry. So I'm saying everyone played so good, though. Like, there's no one you could pick and go, do you know what, they could have played.
No one,
you could pick and say everyone could have played a bit better, but that's just because you're a professional footballer mentality. But I'm saying everyone played class.
No, they did. They obviously did.
Jordan Pickford.
That save, has kept us in it massively, hasn't it? Yeah,
that
he didn't have much
save,
to do, did he?
No, but that save at the end, oh my God, save of the season, get your player of the match.
Yeah, that's a good shout. When you think about it, that save has kept us in it. That was some save, unbelievable save. And obviously, I think, that's a good shout. That could be a good shout. Yeah,
the shouts for Jimmy Garner in the comment section as well.
Yeah, I think he offers a lot in midfield. I think he goes very unnoticed. I think he's very underrated. I think he will breeze through games with not really massive impact like Illy or like with Dewsbury Hall and anything like that. But you just know he's a quality player. The energy he gives us in midfield is, I think, we need. Obviously, he's the best in midfield for us, the energy he brings in there. He's good on the ball, he breaks it up. I think he just goes by in a way of, he doesn't catch the eye enough, but he's an unbelievable player for us. I think to have him on our side is something special. We need him because he is more or less a stable block. You need him in our team.
He's not a flashy player, per se. Put an unbelievable ball in for Branthwaite's first goal, to be fair. Kind of like a Rodri, who won the Ballon d'Or, but didn't do anything where you're like, wow, he's the best player in the world. But he is, because of how he affects the game around him.
He's all over the pitch. Whereas like Rodri, obviously, he's more defensively centre. Sure. James, as we're saying, the energy he brings, he's all over the pitch. He gives us set pieces. He's good at set pieces, so he offers a lot to us. But he doesn't get the credit.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's not the stuff that jumps out at you, like Rodri, where he's just like, oh, he's really good. But you're not saying like Illy. The thing that he did,
he catches your eye.
Where he chested it down and starts doing all this mad samba football, and you're like, Christ, he's good.
He doesn't, like, he goes unnoticed, but as a player, you need him. You want him next year in your team. He's massive a plus for us. You need them in the team.
Someone that reminds me of from Everton days gone by is Lee Carsley. Yeah. We used to, in David Moyes' first spell, we had that 4-1-4-1 that we used to play. And he never got the plaudits. He never won man of the match. He never none of that. And he was absolutely imperative for that team.
He was for us, he was unbelievable. Players-wise, we knew like what he was capable of, what he can do for us. He just gave us security. We knew where he was going to be. It's the horrible way, do you know what I mean? Which is it's more defensive. But to be honest, he was good at set piece. He could put the ball in. He liked his free kicks. And obviously the Derby goal, what he scored, like it was some special moments.
That
special
celebration
moments
is
for
so
us.
good.
So Kaz, I've also had a stint with him where he played in front of me. So no one was getting down the right. He was right wing, I was right back. It was good. He was really good for us. He helped us out massively, Kaz.
Having Garner signed up for that long term,
massively,
he's someone to build the squad around. And someone else to build the squad around is Jared Branthwaite, who we've got live reaction from now.
Big win on your 100th appearance as well. Talk me through your emotions after an incredible day.
Yeah, massive win. We knew coming here was going to be difficult, but we had to get a result. And I think you've seen the team spirit we had here, especially the second half. We dug in, the way we bounced back from conceding. So yeah, it's a massive win.
You don't get many goals, but a really nice header first half. Talk me through it. Set piece routine, was it? Or
yeah, it's something we had been working on, to be fair. And it's nice for it to come off once. I think the manager's been at us all season to score more goals from set pieces, and thankfully I got one today, and it's helped the team.
What does it say about this Everton side that every time Newcastle hit back, within a few seconds, you were back in front today?
Yeah, I think, like I said, it shows the fight we've got. We want to be in Europe, and we've got to keep picking up points, and we've come away here today with 3 points, and it's a massive win, and we're going to the next one now. Coming
off the pitch, how much are you guys thanking Jordan Pickford? What a save.
I think it's the best save I've ever seen. I don't know how he's pulled it off, to be fair, but yeah, we know how much of a top goalkeeper he is, and you know, when he does things like that, it's magic, I think, and you know, I can see he's kept us in the game eventually at the end of the day, and it's a massive 3 points for us, and we're on the right way.
I was going to say, just finally, 1 defeat and 9 on the road now. How much is this away form helping Everton as you try and hunt down Europe at the end of the season?
Yeah, it is. It's been a big part of our game this season, playing, you know, away from home. The results we've picked up, we need to, you know, change that to the home form as well, and we can push right up the table. So I think, you know, we've got to keep going the way we are and see where it takes us.
Are you starting to dream of Europe?
Yes, definitely. It's our aim, and you know, we've got to keep picking up points, like I said. And this season, the position we're in compared to the last few seasons, you know, it's a massive difference, and you know, why not believe we can get into it?
Top man. Thanks for speaking to us. Many congratulations.
Good words from Jared there. Working on a set piece routine. It's always good. I do feel like we've got some big lads. I have always said we should be scoring more. And he's just touched on it. They know they should be scoring more. The manager's onto them. It's worked today. He also spoke about dreaming of Europe. So you're going to have to excuse me for being an unprofessional presenter and being on my phone, but I've just got the table up. So with that win, we're on to 40 points, which, first of all, just to be a realist and to contextualise, that's the magic number for not getting relegated, which is something that we've really struggled with in the past few seasons. We've done it after 28 games, so relegation is just not even in our thoughts. We're thinking Europe instead. We've got ahead of us Brentford, 3 points ahead, Chelsea are 5 points ahead, but got a game in hand, and those lot across the park are 8 points above in fifth. Fifth is going to be Champions League, it's looking like, for Premier League clubs, because all of the English clubs are doing really well in Europe, so the coefficient is going to go up and we're going to get the 5th Champions League place. It starts to get really complicated with, I think you've then got a Europa League spot in 6th, but there's a Europa League spot for winning the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But the FA Cup is likely to be someone who's in the top 4. So the Europa League spot goes to 7th, which means the Conference League goes to 8th. It's something complicated like that. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if you get Conference League for winning the Carabao Cup, or it's all things like that. But whoever's going to win the cups is most likely going to have qualified by their league position, which keeps pushing them down and down and down to, we are currently 8th, and it is possible that 8th is Europe. Kind of crazy, actually. Considering, thinking back to like the last few seasons.
Yeah, the league is going a bit crazy this year. It's all over the place. So points-wise, I don't think we'll see this again. I don't think next year the points will be like that. I think how
close it is with all of the different teams. Yeah, I'm getting carried away and being like, we'll just get 5 more points and we'll be 6th and we'll be in the Europa League. If we look down the table, if Brighton get 6 more points, that's 14th. They would catch us up. So it's so congested, and I guess what Jared's saying with that's the dream, looking to kick on, they've got to keep that mentality.
They've got to keep saying it, yeah. They've got to keep that mentality and focus to get to there without it all the cup. So that's the only really plus we can aim for, really, in a way of, even though I'm saying I think it's too early. The players, the club, obviously will want to push for that. They'll want to see that. To bring Europe here, to play in Europe is massive for the club, for the money, for the fans, for everything all around. The city is massive for us. I'm just in a way of a cautious player, in a way of a fan seeing it. I just don't want it to affect us next season. I just don't want it to, in a way of, the demand will be high.
You can see that with Forest this season. If I get the table back up again, Forest are in the, somewhat controversially, in the Europa League, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because of the issue with Palace. They're 17th and they're only 2 points above the relegation zone. On 27 points whilst being in Europe. So that's what we're trying to avoid, is what you're talking about. You don't want to go too soon and implode. You want to build steadily on.
Just steadily. I think that obviously for a number of years we've been struggling, fighting relegation. It's just turmoil. We're in a brand new stadium now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it deserves European football. It does.
100%.
It does. But the right time. I think going too quick and just getting carried away, I think, is not
getting carried away, Tony.
Yeah,
I'm getting carried away, right?
We all do. We all do. But I think being realistic and have a sensible head on a good finish. Obviously, you're saying, that's what I'm saying, even if you get 8th, it could be Europe. And like, it's obviously one of them things. It happens, so we've got to deal with it. But I just hope it doesn't affect us. I hope it doesn't, in a way of the players, the demand on the players. I just think you need to build a squad steadily to get the right players to really do well in Europe. You don't want to get into Europe and just more or less fizzle out, and then the league suffers and the cup games suffer. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
I just want to be.
I back us though. I think we've got quite a lot of European caliber players already in the squad, despite not having European football. Especially,
I think the bigger squad. I think the
I know you're saying
of the
about
squad,
you need the depth, but then having we managed to sign Jack Grealish, which for me, as a caliber of player that we brought to the club this season, that was a huge statement that Moyes managed to get him to come to Everton. If we've then got European football as well, we can then go and I know he's talked about wanting to get a right back for a year, and is clearly not just approached one right back and said, "Do you want to come play for Everton?" And he said, "No." They must have been speaking to tons of them, but offering European football is huge, and that allows you to build and build and build and build us up.
Yeah, it does. You get a lot of benefits. Yeah, it offers a lot.
This man is European quality. This man's Champions League quality.
Yeah. We need to build around them. Obviously, the teams like James Gordon, we need to build around them. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Jack next year. We don't know. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. There's a lot of pluses to it, but I know it offers in a way of getting the quality players offered in Europe, where we have the money too. It gives us money to get into Europe. Yeah, it does. But obviously, silverware I think is the main one for us. I think a silverware, a good cup run.
In the Conference League, Tony, where we do match day live on the continent. It'd be so good.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Don't get me wrong. Going all over Europe would be nice, but I'm just thinking in a way of a cup run for me, to be honest.
You had the FA Cup?
Oh, yeah, that'll be special. The FA Cup run will be special.
Nice. Right, we've still got loads to talk about from this game. I think we're waiting for hopefully some reaction from the manager, so make sure you stick around for that. Coming up ahead, we've got Burnley as well at Hill Dickinson. We need that first half performance at St James's Park for both halves here at Hill Dickinson, and we'll blow Burnley away. I mean, they've actually done quite well.
They've done well.
Today in particular, if I just double check the score, because it was going crazy, that game. Oh, you're joking. That was I know this is the Everton show. We're playing Burnley next. They're going to be either completely deflated or looking for revenge. They were 3-0 down. Yeah. They brought it back to 3-3. Yeah. They scored to go 4-3 ahead, which I don't know if it's ever happened in the Premier League ever. It got disallowed for offside, and then they lost 4-3 in the 93rd minute.
Oh no! Yeah.
So if you're Burnley, are you coming to Hill Dickinson deflated, feeling like, oh no, we're going to get relegated, or are you coming fuming and we're going to have a crazy game?
Were they at home? Were they at home?
Yeah, they were at home to Brentford.
I think they've been struggling, but I think lately they've been picking and playing better. They've been scoring.
Beat Palace.
Yeah, they've been
through to Chelsea.
Yeah, they've been playing better.
They did lose to Mansfield in the FA Cup, though.
Obviously, they need to. They're all over the place, but in that way, the last few games they've been playing all right and picking points up. So something's happening, something's clicking. It's just us being at home. Do you know what I mean? I would love to say, yeah, we come here and we're going to absolutely destroy them. But being at home, our own performances is just like, I don't know what we're going to get from us. But yeah, the lads be going in from today, from that. Lads coming back here, they'll be buzzing. They'll be absolutely, the confidence will be sky high. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we need to do a job on Burnley. Obviously, they're going to get relegated.
There for the taking, yeah.
And they're down the bottom. We should be demolishing teams like that. The players what we've got, performance is what we can do. I think we should be easy 3 or 4 goals. We should be putting them teams to bed, especially at home. We do need to improve our home record massively. I'm hoping it's them. I'm hoping that's the one where we do kick on at home. But we'll have to wait and see. The lads will be going into confidence. The confidence, what that'll give them, the feeling, be massive. But the output a massive shift in. So fatigue-wise, to be feeling it, but I think confidence-wise, they'll pull them right through.
Yeah, Beto was blowing towards the end, but he put in such a good performance, and he's battling with huge defenders.
Yeah. He did.
And making a mockery of them off at the time, to be fair to.
He brought us marker down. He more or less, he let them know they were in a game, which, as a lone striker up against 2 big centre-halves, he more or less, he battled with them and put them off their game. They couldn't handle him. And it was credit to him, that was brilliant what he done today. fair dues to him. As I say, I thought to pick anyone, him, you can pick obviously Pickford for saving his keepers in it.
I wish we could show the highlights. That save.
Some save, yeah.
Jared mentioned it in his interview, saying it's the best save he's ever seen.
Because he hit it with force. That was a strike. And
leathered.
It was flying.
Pickford was blind. It come past the player, and then he just
some save. But that's world class keepers. Really, not much do anything in the game. Didn't really have anything really to do. Really, up until
a couple of silly goals went past him that he couldn't do anything about.
Deflections, yes, he had nothing to do with it. But that save, that just shows unbelievable keeper. Obviously the type of quality he has is unbelievable. To do that is it's top draw.
Speaking of Champions League caliber players, Jordan Pickford, one of the best keepers in the league, one of the best keepers in the world, England number one.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable, and he'll be extra buzzing because he's just got 3 points off the Geordies.
Yeah, massively. I don't think he needs much more, does he, to wind them up? But no, it would have been a good for him. Obviously, would have been getting stick all game. But I think even the Geordie crowd, I think they were clapping that save because that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that is save of the season. To be fair, I've just said we're 28 games through. We're through a massive chunk of the season. We've gone through the December, January periods where you're just game after game after game. We are playing again Tuesday night. The Burnley game is at home. We'll be here on, well, I won't be here, I don't think. I'm not sure if you're here, Tony.
I don't think I'm here, no.
I guess Marva and maybe Alan, or we've had Jermaine Beckford's been on. Umar was on. Umar's so... Did you ever play with Umar?
I played with him,
Mate, Umar Nias is so funny. I absolutely love him.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in to Dockside Live. We'll have the pre-match build-up at 7 p.m. It's a 7:30 kick-off for the Burnley game. And then it goes to exclusive commentary. It is on TV in the UK, so it's available to watch. But if you'd rather listen to the biased Everton commentary and have the biased Everton build-up and half-time and full-time reaction, there's all the information on the screen. Everton TV Plus members or Everton TV members or Forever Blue Plus members, you can get all of the Matchday Live goodness, the pre-match show. We're on YouTube for pre-match as well, and we do go live on YouTube for post-match when we're enjoying ourselves and getting 3 points away from home, and just want to celebrate with you all, let you have a bit of an input, help us choose the player of the match. I wonder who's actually got the proper player of the match, because sometimes you see it on them post-game interviews, the two of them, and then they pass it on to the other person. Shall I see whether I can find out? Because it's sometimes the commentator, isn't it?
It could be, yeah.
Not sure who it was. I'm just doing my research live, Tony, because why not? Let's have a look if I can see. The Beto is the highest rated one.
Okay. From our fans?
No, I think they pulled the data from Opta.
Oh, okay.
So, but sometimes the commentators just pick one, but I don't know if that's whether it's on the TV or not. I'm not sure. Tons of them deserved it, to be fair. I've just really enjoyed it. I want to be at Hill Dickinson and seeing one of them performances, because I feel like I'm a bit of a curse at the moment. I haven't seen a home win.
No.
But I'm not coming to Burnley, so there we go. 3 points in the bag.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Hopefully it changes, yeah.
Were you a superstitious player?
No, never.
No?
No, never.
You're so straight and just on the nose about everything. Like I say to you, the crowds, I'm a professional footballer, just do my job. And then I can't ask you about transfers because you just play for Everton. Yeah. Were you superstitious? Didn't do anything crazy? Imagine if I was asked Umar that.
Boring.
A consummate professional is what I would say, Tony.
Yeah.
Whereas imagine I asked Umar that, what superstitions have you got? I could think of 1,000 million things that he was telling me all sorts of crazy stories about his dogs and all sorts of different... Yeah, he's got to... I'm making this up now. Maybe he's got to walk his dogs in different orders, otherwise he's not going to score. I don't know. We were just talking
There's a few players that had all different stuff in the changing room. You would see
people
some
have to put the socks on in the same order.
Yeah, in the same order all the while.
Who had the weirdest one? Can you remember?
I can't think of the top of my head, but there was always, you always knew people have a certain order, like you say, putting the socks on, or they'll have a shower beforehand. There'll be always stuff like that. First on the time to have a rub. There'll be always a pattern, and it was never really crazy and crazy ones, but yeah, it was like Cars used to always put Vaseline on his eyebrows. That was Cars, yeah.
Why?
Stop the sweat going in his eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I thought you were going to say like for glancing headers or something like that.
No. So there was always stuff going on like that. Yeah, and people smelling salts. before they go out, have a good sniff of a smell.
Yeah, just to like get your brain going.
Yeah.
What you said about the fatigue.
Yeah.
You weren't bothered about physical fatigue. It was the mental fatigue that was.
Yeah. It was hard because games like this, you're on a massive high, and then you've got to get down to reality. You've got to get down back to calming down. You've got to get your sleep. You've got to eat. You've got to obviously to travelling back to probably flying. So get back to be in tomorrow. So
I was going to say, so what's the next few days? Because we're playing again on Tuesday, so you've only got Sunday, Monday. What's that going to look like for the players?
You'll be in training. So the lads who haven't played any minutes.
Will they be doing hard training?
They'll be hard training, yeah. They'll be hard training tomorrow. Putting a shift in. The lads who have played, they'll be just be cool down. Just literally just relax, eat, go back home, and then you'll be back again.
So then is Monday hard training, or is that like pre-game training? Is that a different thing?
I think it's probably changed nowadays, but I think probably what the lads who have played, they'll all train together, but then they'll probably get the other lads doing a bit more extra. Nothing crazy, it won't be anything crazy, but you'll get the lads who haven't been playing and getting the minutes under, they'll do probably a little bit more training, what like your normal Friday, Saturday game would be. But
okay, so you do like the crazy training on like a Monday and a Tuesday for a Saturday game, and then you like calm down a little bit to be fully fit for...
Well, yeah, it was obviously... I'm used to obviously of David Moyes. I'm used to them training as we were growing up that way. So they were our hard days. They were full out training. Then you usually get a Wednesday off. Okay. You come in Thursday, it's a bit more lesser, but still hard Thursday. And then your Friday is still. It was still hard. He trained us hard. And then when we had Roberto Martinez, it was strange. It was like a bit more less. And we were there was certain individuals in the team were like not used to it, and we were asking to do more, but yeah, his team was like, no, it's like, this is, you've done enough, and we're like, we don't first, you don't feel it. We feel like we need to do more training, so we were putting extra on ourselves to get more, and it was just the way we were brought up and the way we were structured into that by David Moyes was. It was always about being hard to beat and stamina and being fit. We always need to be fitter than the other team. That's what he drummed into us. So I think nowadays, I think he's changed a lot. I think he's got a lot more people around him who knows in the way of the fitness coaches,
the sports scientists. And
stuff
stuff like
there's a lot of data into that now. So I think they have a lot of say on it.
Am I remembering correctly that Roberto Martinez first season was like outrageously good?
Yeah.
And then we sort of tapered off and obviously parted ways with Roberto Martinez.
Yeah.
Is that because of that crossover then, do you reckon? Where you were still like in the David Moyes fitness?
We had a lot of, obviously, the nucleus of the David Moyes side still there. So we had a lot of our plays in a way of defensively a unit.
But started playing like...
But we had the
really
Martinez,
good pass and play and
we had the Martinez
philosophy.
trying a way of play. So we had the both. We had the mindset of being hard to beat, but Martinez was bringing into, we need to play the certain way of football. We had to play the certain, and that's where I think the first year was really good for us.
Interesting.
Roberto didn't really, after that, he wanted us to play football. His philosophy was football, just pure football, which was unbelievable. It was good. He knows a lot of stuff about football. The way he wants to play, the way he sets the team up is all about entertainment and playing. He is really good, and I think we just, as the years went on, we just lost that nucleus.
Tapered away.
Yeah.
Interesting. Something I've always, I don't know if regret is the right word because it's nothing to do with me. I always was sad that David Moyes left before we got all the money to spend on players. I would have loved to see that nucleus then built on with spending all the money and giving the manager money. And hopefully that's what we've now got. What is it? Wow, I'm now 32, so like 15 years later, something like that. I am very excited for it. And I'm also very excited because we can now hear from the manager himself.
Okay. Steve Bauer, David Moyes, match of the day. David, brilliant game. Fantastic result for you. How do you look back on that?
Really good game. Brilliant performance by the players. And look, coming to St James's Park's never an easy place to win. And they're an improving team again. They're a very good team, but an improving team as well. So for us to get 3 points here is amazing.
And in the second half, the discipline, the determination defensively from your players.
Well, you know what it's like when you're shooting down, when they're shooting down the hill here, you feel as if you're always going to get pegged back, and we were aware of it, and I thought we were really disciplined in the main, kept our done our jobs really well. And look, we lost 2 goals to 2 deflected shots. So that was a disappointing thing, but overall, just the players played really well today.
What about the response each time you conceded, though, straight away?
It was great, and look, we probably never gave Newcastle a chance to sort of enjoy their moment really, and get themselves back into the game. We get the goal really quickly after both of their goals they scored. Great credit to our players, their mentality was great, stuck at it, and look, came away from home against a good side and got a good result.
Both centre forwards on the score sheet as well, and they both did their job in different ways for you today.
Yeah, both centre forwards done a great job, got a goal each, and I thought Beto done really well, and I think there's another one which could have been in or out of play, but he hits the bar with that one as well, and Tierno comes on and gets the winner.
Having said that, right at the death, was it 1,200 games you've been a manager? Where's that save from Jordan Pickford? Well, up there.
I was laughing. I might have been the only manager who was going to run on the pitch and celebrate a goalkeeper save, possibly again. It's not only goals, but look, it was worthy of a goal. I mean, the bit I do think about it was Tonali couldn't have hit that any better or any sweeter if he tried again. It was technically brilliant, his volley, but I have to say the save was out of this world. Absolutely, to get your hand to that at the speed of the ball and get onto the bar. So he played well today. Jordan helped us out on a lot of things and was calm in a lot of his parts of his play, but his save was top notch.
7 away wins now. I mean, just how pleased are you with that as we go into March?
Look, I'm hugely pleased. I'm hugely pleased with how we're doing, but I want us to try and get away from this thing that we don't have any good home form. We want to get better. But meanwhile, if we can't, then we'll need to keep winning away from home.
Well done today.
Thank you. Cheers.
The rare and elusive David Moyes smile.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen him smile that much, Tony?
Yeah, plenty of times. Yeah.
When speaking to you?
Oh, no, not really speaking to me. But no, yeah, he knows when you've put a shift, and he plays. Do you know what I mean? Like he does play up to the cameras. He does try and work the cameras sometimes. Yeah. But obviously, see him there, his face, and he's smiling.
Couldn't help but smirk every time the guy spoke to him doing the interview.
Yeah, obviously, but you've got to that performance from the lads. Credit to them, do you know what I mean?
He'll be so happy.
Yeah, it was a great win. That to get a result there and the performance, what they've done in the first half especially, and then to pull it away from the second half, yeah, I think rightly so. He deserves it. He will be happy with that. Absolutely
buzzing. We are also absolutely delighted as well. And like I've already mentioned, we'll be back at 7 p.m. on Tuesday for the Burnley game. For now, myself and Tony are going to thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the 3 points, and we'll see you back here for Matchday Live on Tuesday.